It's being used in Vietnam. It was actually used to treat eye blindness in children who doesn't have enough vitamins.
Okay.
So
you can use that in your technology?
Yeah, we have. We already have a drink.
How's that help?
It's wonderful. It's called G3 and it's selling here in Vietnam. And even, in fact, we developed that drink before we opened in Vietnam. So, so because of that particular product, we are very optimistic that Vietnam offers other possibilities for us to locally adapt our products.
So whenever you introduce the new products to a new markets like Vietnam, how do you educate the consumers?
We are a direct selling company. So what we do, we have a group of product trainers. So I'm, for example, over here to train some of these trainers.
Okay.
Some of this stuff.
A lot of the stuff related to science and not like normal people is kind of hard to understand, right?
I agree.
So how do you train? How do you convince people to buy?
Right. At the end of the day, people get convinced when they use the product. Okay. And I'm just here to tell them the company is committed to using the latest scientific discoveries to develop the next generation of anti-aging products. So there's an element of trust that our consumers need in our new skin products, and the only way to get that trust is to help them understand what the company is doing. New Skin now, globally, we are in 53 countries, and our last year's annual revenue was over $2 billion US. So we're growing very fast through this direct selling model, and that's because our products are good and effective.
So people do see the result after using their products.
Yeah, absolutely. We believe that in our company we only focus on two types of products. Okay. One, obviously, I mentioned that we have age-lock skincare products, and the second one is the under the name Pharmanex, we sell the age-lock supplements, health supplements.
Okay.
Yeah, the idea is actually quite simple, because we want to keep the body inside healthy. So in other words, the beauty is from the inside out, and our skincare products provide the beauty from the outside.
Interesting. So you have the full package.
Yes, I hope we do.
Thank you so much, and we're gonna come back with that after a short break.
Yeah, thank you.
Thưa quý vị, vừa rồi là phần 1 của cuộc trò chuyện với tiến sĩ Chang, là trưởng ban khoa học kiêm phó chủ tịch điều hành phát triển sản phẩm của Nu Skin, và chúng tôi sẽ quay trở lại trong ít phút nữa. Chào mừng quý vị quay trở lại với phần 2 của chương trình Tôi về Việt Nam trên kênh truyền hình FBNC với cuộc trò chuyện cùng tiến sĩ Chang, là trưởng ban khoa học kiêm phó chủ tịch điều hành phát triển sản phẩm của Nu Skin. Hi, Dr. Chang, welcome back.
Thank you.
So let's talk about anti-aging process. I mean, if we can live younger and live young, longer, but we still cope with another diseases, there's no point, right?
Absolutely.
So if we understand about the anti-aging process, can it help us understand more about the other disease and help us, to do some prevention?
Sure. Our mission in the company, especially among the scientists, is not a matter of living how long. It's really a matter of living better, longer.
Okay.
Yes? So what we're really trying to say is that our products, and ultimately, we're hoping that they will help people to have the best quality of life. No matter how long they live or how short they live, they're going to have the best quality of life so that they don't get those age-related diseases that you mentioned.
And could you give us R&D pipeline for the products like age-lock technology?
Yes, sure. We have, up to this point, we started the age-lock technology roughly about 4 years ago, and since then, it took us more than 30 years to develop this technology, really. So it's not something that we develop overnight. So only over the last 4 years, we have been able to use the technology to build new products. And up to this point, on the skincare side, we have developed 2 new products. For age-lock skincare products, and then on the health supplement side, we have also developed 2 new products that we have launched, and in fact in Vietnam they're getting the second age today.
And what is the typical growth path for a new products in a new markets like that?
In general, it usually it usually becomes a good seller fairly quickly.
Okay.
We usually get good signs, like within 6 months, whether the product is selling well or not in a particular market. So because of direct selling, we have many of our distributors being able to tell the story of the product. So 6 months is usually a good time to know whether a product is successful.
What do you think about the potentials of Vietnam's market for products like that?
Yes, I believe Vietnam has a population of around 90 million people.
Yep.
So in fact, it is most likely the largest Southeast Asian country, isn't it, in the ASEAN region. So we are very optimistic that our company will be successful in this particular market. And since we are only about 8 months old officially in Vietnam, we are already beginning to see very positive signs that Vietnam is going to be a very successful market for us.
What would be some challenges that you expected to deal with in terms of in the beginning of development?
Some of the challenges obviously will be related to making sure that our Vietnamese distributors understand the company, what we stand for. Our company has a very strong value system. We believe in becoming ultimately a force for good. We want to make sure that our distributors in Vietnam adopt some of these values that are shared by our global distributors. Another challenge is to work with the Vietnam government to make sure that our products are certified and properly registered in this country. We don't want any of our products coming over to Vietnam that have not been approved by the government.
So when you look for a distributor for your products, these products have a high levels of science. So any criteria that you look for in a distributor?
Not usually, I think, but it seems in general, national group of people. So they're quite well educated, although they're not educated in science. Because of their education and because of their professional background, they have a good appreciation of premium quality products that has been proven by science.
Thank you, and we come back with that after a short break. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thưa quý vị, vừa rồi là phần 2 với cuộc chia sẻ của tiến sĩ Chang, là trưởng ban khoa học kiêm phó chủ tịch điều hành phát triển sản phẩm của Nu Skin, và chúng tôi sẽ còn quay trở lại trong ít phút nữa. Chào mừng quý vị quay trở lại với phần cuối cùng của chương trình Tôi và Việt Nam trên kênh truyền hình FBNC với cuộc trò chuyện với tiến sĩ Chang, là trưởng ban khoa học kiêm phó chủ tịch điều hành phát triển sản phẩm của Nu Skin. Hi, Dr. Chang. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So you've been with this industry for how long?
I've been with this industry close to 13 years now.
All right. So right now, what are you working on right now?
Right now, we're working on the next generation of ageLOC products. In fact, in a year's time, we will be launching a weight management system.
Wow, weight management.
Yes, this would be a weight loss. Yes, because it seems like globally, obesity has become a major epidemic. In fact, I think obesity kills more people than HIV, for example. So it's a serious problem that we have around the world. So we thought that by using ageLOC technology, we can essentially develop a brand new weight loss system that people can use to help them lose weight.
Would that products be available in developing countries like Vietnam soon?
Yes, we're going to bring it in Vietnam most likely after we launch in the US first, and then we'll quickly bring it to Vietnam. And it's a very exciting product for all of us to develop, because I think it meets it's going to help people, you know, a lot, in a very significant way. And we as scientists, we are trained to help people. So I think that is probably one of the greatest products that we will get out of this ageLOC technology.
Sure. You are the authors of the books called The Aging Myth.
Yes.
And beside the myth that you just mentioned in the beginning of the interview, but what else do you want people to remember about this book?
Well, the other thing that this book, I've written it actually for non-scientists, to try to understand our ageLOC technology. Sure. So I'm hoping it can help people to understand, in addition to the myth that you cannot do anything about health or aging, you can. The second thing is also there are some tips that most people can adopt to help them live better longer.
What kind of tips could you
one of them is actually smoking.
All right.
Yes, I think smoking is definitely one of the most significant negative factor that will accelerate aging in the body.
Okay, good to know.
Yes, and skin, for example, I think exposure to the sun is to the intense UV rays, that will also age your skin quicker. And I find it very interesting in Asia, for example, women intuitively understand the damaging factors in sunlight, because only in Asia will you see women going out with umbrellas when it's not raining.
Okay, that's true too.
Isn't it? At least I've never seen in the United States a Caucasian woman ever walking out in bright sunlight.
Just hate the sun, man.
With an open umbrella. So that's very good because it blocks the
UV.
Absolutely. And I've already hinted at the fact that eating well is also a very important factor. There's another tip. It's not about eating enough, but actually eating nutritious food. You know, and in this country, there's no reason why people should not be eating a lot of fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
That's a very important thing to do, is to eat far more fruits and vegetables than meat, for example.
Okay.
So that helps to keep you young.
Keep that in mind.
Yes.
I'm just curious about the expansion plan, I mean, in terms of the numbers of distributors for your product. Were you to expand like fastly and go penetrate more to the market at the beginning, or you try to do it slowly so people can understand more about the products? What is the strategy here?
The strategy is really to focus on the bigger cities first. Ho Chi Minh City is our biggest sort of first city that we're going to go into. Most likely the second city will go into Hanoi and have some distributors going over there. That's strategically how we do it, is to open in big cities first, so that because we have critical mass here, we are able to cover more people in a much smaller space. So, and then after that, over the next 4 to 5 years, then these local distributors have enough knowledge and understanding of the business and our products, then they can go out to the smaller cities and build the new skin business in those cities as well.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Kang.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thưa quý vị, vừa rồi là những chia sẻ của tiến sĩ Chang, là trưởng ban khoa học kiêm phó chủ tịch điều hành phát triển sản phẩm của Nu Skin. Và đến đây thì chương trình Tôi về Việt Nam trên kênh truyền hình FBNC cũng sẽ được khép lại. Một lần nữa cảm ơn quý vị và các bạn đã quan tâm theo dõi. Thân ái chào tạm biệt và xin hẹn gặp lại ở các chương trình kỳ sau.